So, I got a message for those scumbag, low-life cocksuckers. And I know you would say, well, Joe, you have a lot of scumbag, douchebag, cocksucker assholes, right? This is true. But this one goes out to the Three Stooges. You know, Donkey Boy, Broback Mountain, and Ratso Fatso. Now, the reason this is going out is because we got some new and exciting news. New and exciting news. General Scotty has just informed us. Are you ready for this? We have 20,000 listeners on the Crazy Joe Show. Did I stutter? 20,000 listeners on the Crazy Joe Show. Recent as this week. So my message goes to Ratso, Brokeback Mountain, and Donkey Boy. See these two fingers? Stick them up your ass and reap, or I should say weep, 20,000 for the Crazy Joe Show. Not for the whole Radio X, just for my show. 20,000. I went up quite a bit. I figured I had between 13 and 15. 20. 20. You guys, you degenerate low-life pieces of shit, can suck my big dick in New York. You bunch of fucking losers.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is I, Bad Billy, from Twin Falls, Idaho, co-host of Patriot Confederation and founder of the Bearded Patriots. I'm also a co-host on Patriot's Soapbox Network. And before I get started, I want to remind you to check out my website. That's thebeardedpatriots.com. That's right, thebeardedpatriots.com. So, I'm outside. A beautiful Saturday evening. Got a little bit of daylight left, but it's sunset. Gonna have me a cigar. There we go. Patriot cigars, by the way. Good cigars. Nicaraguan tobacco. May have to light this a few more times. And I got whiskey and Coca-Cola. Normally I prefer ice, but I don't have any ice cubes. And I don't like whiskey warm. I like whiskey cold, so. There we go. Right, nice and comfortable here. And it's been a little bit since the last time I did a video. But like I said, I'm going to have to do this a few times for it to really light up properly. All right, so here I am after it's been a couple of months since I addressed the fucking twerp out in New York. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking about the one who calls himself Crazy Joe. Yeah, and he just cannot help addressing me in just about every video that he does. Of course, what's recently been pretty funny over the past 2 weeks, though, is there's a pretty popular streamer out there, goes by the name of Phemios, discovered JoJo and made an elaborate joke out of him like everybody else does. And then, of course, that led to some other dude who runs some stream called The Trough out in the United Kingdom. And I want to give a shout out to those two. Thank you very much for helping further expose this moron. He is a fucking idiot. By the way, I do realize that my voice may be doubled there. You know, I'm on my laptop, and of course I got my headset connected. Normally I speak into my microphone in my studio, but hey, I want to have whiskey and cigar, and I can't do that indoors. Otherwise, my wife will have a fit. So I want to go over some of the things JoJo has recently been saying. I made that strong, but hey, it's good. So I want to address, first off, the 20,000 listeners you claim to have on an internet radio station. Now, mind you, I know that ain't impossible because Asgard Radio gets up to 10,000. I know I've personally seen it, even though JoJo can deny it, but the truth is when JoJo hit the airwaves on Asgard Radio, people tuned out and didn't want to hear a damn thing that he had to say. You know, that's a radio station. They're an internet radio station with a lot of credibility. And JoJo was able to make people turn it off. They did not want to hear his racist bullshit, or given the fact that he doesn't know what he's doing behind the mic and always sounds staticky and over-modulated and shit like that. He can't even fucking work. One thing I really found comical is on one of Phemios' streams making fun of him, she came across an old video where he said he was having all kinds of problems, and in the end, his monitor wouldn't work because it wasn't plugged in, and it took him 2 days to figure that shit out. Oh my God, I don't know how I missed that one or how old it was, but shit. Oh, really exposing what a dumbass JoJo really is. Now, if I don't keep puffing on this thing, the cherry's going to go out, so I got to watch for that. But, yeah, so, you know, I realize I did send the email to Scotty, the owner of Dare Talk Radio over in Australia, and I gave him fair warning of what kind of trash Joe really is. And given that, ever since JoJo's been able to broadcast there, he didn't kick him off the network. But it's like Scotty knows he's got to keep a leash on him, because I sent him the audio where JoJo was just spouting off the N-word. And of course, that shit cannot be tolerated and can get a station owner in a lot of trouble. So, you know, when you listen to one of JoJo's shows, from what I understand, I've only listened to like one or two of them that, about 5 minutes worth, mind you, of him broadcasting out of Australia. Now, I'm known to give credit where credit is due. JoJo does play some damn good rock and roll, some music goes to the heart, a lot of stuff that I really like. So I can agree with him on that. Some damn good rock and roll. But you don't hear JoJo pulling off his racist bullshit, and he's honestly not cussing very much either. From what I understand, he's dropped an F-bomb here or there. I mean, who the hell cares? It's internet radio, right? And it's up to the station owner whatever kind of content they want to have on their station. But, there are certain laws that have to be followed, and especially in Australia, you got to be real careful, especially after that one shooting. They're amping up the anti-Semitic laws, and they're also doing bullshit gun control laws too. So, yeah, there are those factors that weigh in. But internet radio is an extremely small market. Very small market. So, 20,000 listeners? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. So, Jojo, what I'm telling you is remember what I did in other past streams? Because StreamYard will tell me how many people are tuned in while I'm broadcasting live. And I took the screenshots, and shit, I didn't have no 20,000 listeners, I'll say that. But I had well over 1,000, which is obviously, it's still a small number. But I'm willing to bet that that's a greater number than what you actually had. 20,000 listeners, my ass. All right, we got a chopper going overhead. Yeah, 20,000 listeners, my ass. You did not get no 20,000 listeners, Jojo. And if you did, provide the proof. Talk to Scotty. Provide screenshots. You can at least point your cell phone onto your computer screen and show the proof of it. Since you don't know how to show a screenshot. Whether you're using OBS or you're using StreamYard or whatever. So let's see the proof of this 20,000 listeners. Because I'm willing to bet you're making that shit up. And Scotty will he'll just let it go because deep down he knows you're a fucking idiot. Deep down, Scotty knows you're full of shit, and he knows you're a racist piece of shit. So how about that, Jojo? There's a challenge right there. Is you provide the fucking proof of your 20,000 listeners. So I'm also talking to somebody who used to be a friend of yours, Jojo. As somebody else you stabbed in the back over your own fucking paranoia. And he's like, bullshit, Jojo doesn't have 20,000 listeners. So why don't you provide the proof of your 20,000 listeners, and maybe I'll believe your bullshit. Other than that, see, and it's almost predictable how you're going to respond, Jojo. It's very predictable. You're going to tell me I'm jealous, you're the best radio broadcaster in the history of internet radio and all that, and you got all this talent, and you're going to call me fat, which, yes, I do have a gut. You're going to say I'm wearing hand-me-down clothes from the Salvation Army, which I'm not. This shirt, though, is kind of falling apart. I've had it for, going on 4 years. So, yeah, and this, I kind of doubt you get a shirt from We the People holsters at the Salvation Army. So, what's going to be fun is once you see this video, your head's going to explode. You're going to cuss me out. You're going to call me names. You're going to say that I'm jealous. You're going to say you're the greatest, that I got no talent. Eric's got no talent. Matt's got no talent. But by the way, who's making money doing their show? That's one thing you got wrong that I have to address, by the way. You said Matt's no longer on the air. He's on WMNH on Saturday mornings, you jackass. He doesn't do the Monday and Friday, and he hasn't done the Monday through Friday for about almost 2 years now. I can't remember exactly when he quit doing Monday through Friday, but he stopped doing Monday through Friday, took about a 2 week hiatus, and came back on and he does a 3 hour program on WMNH every Saturday morning. So you think that you're going to get Matt fired or whatever? Matt's no longer on the air. That's another thing too. If Femios doesn't know this, listen up. Is JoJo has tried so desperately to get Matt Connerton fired from the actual radio station job that he has in Manchester, New Hampshire at WMNH. It used to be, like I said, a Monday through Friday 2 hour show in the afternoons. He stopped doing that, took a 2 week hiatus, and then came back. And Matt Connerton Unleashed is now a 3 hour show every Saturday morning. I forgot exactly what the broadcast times were, though. And all you got to do is go to WMNH.com. And you can see he's clearly still on the schedule. Or go to mattconnerton.com. You can get all the details there, too. But, JoJo, I don't do this bullshit every day. And you can see the last time I did a video addressing you was almost 2 months ago. I've got, in fact, this very channel on YouTube right now. There was a time recently where I went a full year without posting a video. And then you said some really stupid, outlandish bullshit. And I felt that, man, I'm going to address it. It was almost a year after that. But, by the way, I've been giving Femios all the information. You know, she saw the video of you playing with your man titties there, and she was appalled. She heard you singing, and she was appalled. You know, and she saw other shit of you, and she just laughs at you, dude. In fact, you know, she's obviously a young person, and obviously you hate young people, and she uses terminology I don't understand, like lolcow, LOLCOW. But in this modern language, that is a rather derogatory term for somebody, and it fits you very well. A fucking idiot like you. Doesn't even know how to use his equipment. Can't figure out that his monitor's unplugged. It won't work because it's unplugged, and it took you 2 days to figure that out. 2 days to figure out it wasn't plugged in. That blows my fucking mind. I mean, good Lord. I knew you were stupid, JoJo. But every time I think you've reached your peak of stupidity, you take it up another notch. So there's no limit to your stupidity. There's no limit to your racism. And don't tell me this bullshit that you're not a racist, but you're proud to have racist views. That's like saying, I'm not a member of the Ku Klux Klan, but I love putting on a white outfit and pointy hat and burning a cross. Makes no fucking sense, dude. Why don't you just come out and say it? If you're a racist, you're a fucking racist. I can at least respect that being up front. But no, you have to deny it. Just like you deny being a homosexual. We know you're a closet homosexual. Who else would play with their man tits or ask somebody who does who, and if they lube it up, yeah, and then say you're kind of curious about it? No. So I'm just kind of rambling on because, I'm going to be out here a little while smoking this cigar, having some whiskey. I'm kind of low on the whiskey there. But, I can't smoke a cigar without a drink. So, Jojo, that challenge that I put out there fucking remains, that you provide proof of the 20,000 listeners. That's what I want. I want to see this shit. Because unless you do so, I'm calling bullshit. Yeah. By the way, these cigars that I get 5 of them every month from Patriot Cigar Company guess where, Joe? They're a company out of New York. And they like what I do. They like my political forum, the show that I do. And they have sponsored me. Whereas they're not paying me any money. I don't give a shit about that. But they give me 5 of these cigars every month. Good Nicaraguan tobacco cigars. Yes, indeed. They're not cheap cigars either. So how about that, Joe? Let's see the proof of what you say. Provide the proof that you have 20,000 listeners. Come on, Jojo. I mean, let's not do a video saying I have no talent. Let's not do a video about how fat I am. Anybody can see I'm fucking fat. Yeah, I'm 250 plus pounds. I get it. And I gotta lose some weight. But at least I can tell you up front that I'm overweight and I need to do something about it. You can't be up front with your racism. You can't be up front with your sexuality. So admit you're a racist, come out of the closet, and provide proof that you have 20,000 listeners. All right, so what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to stop this video, or stop the recording anyway. I'm going to continue enjoying this cigar and drink the rest of this whiskey. And it's just a beautiful evening, and I'm really enjoying this. So anyway, once again, my website, thebeardedpatriots.com, and Patriot Confederation every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on the Patriots Prayer Network. By the way, if Femios is watching this, you were concerned with the term Confederation. Well, it has nothing to do with the Confederate States. The word alone, Confederation. Just basically look up the definition there. But no, that's cool. I'm cool with Femios, even though we have opposing political views. I'm cool with her. In fact, I think she's funny, and it was a pleasure giving her all that information about JoJo. Which you can also find at the Substack, by the way, that I almost failed to mention. Yes, Crazy Joe's Puppet Master .substack.com. I can't remember if I titled it Puppet Masters as in plural or Puppet Master as singular, but nonetheless, just try either one and see which one works, and read the information, which it's been a while since I posted an article there, but maybe there's more to come when I have time or I feel like doing it. So, with that said, I am Bad Billy, and I am fucking out of here.